Hello, Ravens. This is Mrs. Lavoie, and this is our vocab for the second week of the Odyssey. Our first word this week is develop. It's a verb meaning to make clear one detail at a time. And our example here, in his essay, the author develops his thesis by talking about the first reason in one paragraph, the second reason in another paragraph, and the third reason in still another paragraph. Our next word is analogy. Analogy is a noun. An analogy is a comparison of two things based on their being alike in some way. Now, this week when we do our MLK paragraphs, you might be using the following analogy that I'm going to try and make smaller here so that you guys can see it all a little bit more clearly. But Rosa Parks and Odysseus were alike in that they were heroes who sacrificed themselves for others. Odysseus risked his life to save his men, and Rosa Parks risked jail time to improve living conditions for her people. So there we have it. This is an analogy of these two. And hang on, let me cancel my shutdown here. Okay, going on. Our next word is rhetoric. Rhetoric is a noun. We also will be using rhetoric as we develop our MLK essays. Rhetoric is the art or skill of speaking or writing formally and effectively. In our sample sentence this week, we will use rhetoric as we write about overcoming fear in our MLK essays. Formidable. Formidable is an adjective. It means inspiring fear or respect through being impressive. Odysseus described himself as formidable for guile, meaning others feared and respected him because his sly and cunning intelligence was impressive. Our next word is lofty. It's an adjective. It means of imposing height. Of all the skyscrapers in Chicago, Sears Tower is the most lofty. Our next word is weather, and notice that this is the verb to weather. And our sample sentence is Odysseus endured or weathered many nights and days at sea in order to save his shipmates. And that was from Book 1, lines 7 through 8. Notice where I used the ellipses in this quote. I did not take out the essential parts of this quote. And then back to our verb. Weather means to endure. Our next word is gale. A gale is a noun. It's a very strong wind. Heavy thunderstorms include gales. Kansas is known for its gales, and gales are why Chicago is called the Windy City. Our next word is teem. It's a verb, and it means to become filled to overflowing. Our sample sentence, the ocean was teeming with gale force winds and rough, choppy waves. It's another way of saying the ocean was filled to overflowing with gale force winds and rough, choppy waves. Our next word is lout. We're going to see in our story that the Cyclops was a lout. A lout is a stupid, rude, or awkward man. And the sentence I have here, off the football field, the left tackle was a lout, a complete bull in a china shop with a foul mouth to boot. And finally, our last word, surpass. It's a verb, and it means to go beyond. If you remember from our story about Calypso, Calypso could not understand how Odysseus' wife Penelope could surpass her in beauty. And that's all, Ravens. These are our words for our quiz on Friday.